What's up, guys? So we're down in the basement this morning, getting ready to tear this CR125 apart. Here she is. You can see I got her on a bucket this morning because I left my stand up at the cabin. I'm gonna go get it today, but ready to tear down. We're gonna start with the plastics and hopefully get all the way down to the frame today and get the engine out. Over here we got our towel to lay a bunch of our parts out on, and we got our double rack carrier thing here that we're gonna lay a bunch of our parts out on too. What we're gonna need for 90% of the stuff to take it apart is just a socket set, a nice impact to speed things up, and then some plastic bags to label where everything goes. Bike is stripped down all the way, and she's got all the plastics off and the gas tank off. You can see down in the air boot. It's very dirty. Definitely need a new air filter. We got a lot of dirt buildup all over the place, which isn't too abnormal for a dirt bike. We got our spark arrestor here, FMF turbine core 2. Probably gonna keep this guy. It's pretty nice. Allows you to go on the trails and stuff. Here's all of our plastics and gas tank here. Plastics aren't in terrible condition, but I'm probably gonna replace them just because the new plastic kit is like $100. Might see if there to get the throttle linkage all the way off. Bars all the way off of here. There. These things are pretty junked, so I'm probably gonna get new Renthal bars for it. Don't know what color yet. Maybe you guys can help me decide. We're doing right now is we're working all the way down to the brake cable, all the way down to the brakes, and we're gonna remove the braking system. Now we can just pull this guy off here after we remove the two main bolts that are holding the caliper on. Definitely need a cleanup. They're really dirty. Might be a little bit rusty too, because when I was braking on it, when I was testing it out, it was a little bit squeaky. There's points in the lever where it was squeaky. And down on the pads here, if you look, it looks like the left pad, the pad that's on your left, is a little bit thicker than the right one, which probably means it needs to be rebuilt. So I'm probably gonna show you guys how to rebuild these brakes. It's not too hard. It probably takes 20 minutes. So when I build bikes, guys, I keep stuff in as big as pieces as possible. So I keep the brakes and the line and the lever and the master cylinder all attached, because this is the easiest way to do it when you're taking it apart. I don't like to get it in a bunch of small pieces. Keep it in a big system, and then when I go to work on the brakes, that's when I'm going to separate it and really dive into each individual part. It's a lot easier for organization. When I got this bike, the kill switch was broken and all torn apart, so I'm definitely going to need a new kill switch. Shouldn't be too expensive though, they're only about 15 bucks. Another thing you guys might want to do while you're in the process of tearing down your bike is to take pictures of your cable routing, because when you go back to put it back together, you want to make sure they're routed right and that they're not bumping into hot parts on the engine or anything. It's just a good thing to be aware of. Also, you can find the cable routing in your service manual. So I stumbled across my first nut here that is bigger than an 8, 10, or 12. Every single nut that I've taken off of this bike so far to get it to this point has either been an 8, 10, or 12. So kudos to Honda for making their bikes easy to take apart. This guy's pretty big. Luckily I have a lot of big sockets here, so it's a 32. If you don't have big sockets or a 32, you can just run down to O'Reilly's or local auto parts store and they'll have them. Got all the bolts out here, so just try and work this guy off. Just about got it here. So down in the carburetor here, like I said, the air boot and stuff had dirt in it. Well, there's dirt all the way down into the carburetor. You can see it. The little chunks down in there. Not good. I'll be interested to see how worn the cylinder is. Getting this guy off there's probably gonna be pretty loud, so be ready. Not too bad. After you take off your big end bolt here, and you take off this spacer and then just hammer this guy through. On an older bike, they can be kind of rusty. So getting the wheel off on these old bikes can be a huge pain sometimes, so this one's pretty stubborn. So I hammered it in, and then I couldn't get any farther, so I've been taking this extension and a socket, put it in here, and then I'm just hitting it with this mallet here, and it's almost out. Just getting too far in there to hammer it out, so I added another extension here to the to my little contraption that I'm making. The mallet works better. Okay, so finally, after banging on that thing for 20 minutes longer than I should have had to, I was able to get this guy out of here. Now the wheel is loose, just gotta take the chain off and stuff. The wheel is all the way out, you just have to pull the chain. You can push it forward into it a little farther, and then you can just pull the chain off of this sprocket here. This rear wheel doesn't look too bad. I mean, obviously it's dirty, but going around on the rim, usually you'll see some bends in an older bike, but it looks really straight to me. Gonna probably rebuild all these spokes, so it doesn't matter that some of them are a little bit loose, but overall I'm happy with how the wheel looks, so no need to replace that. Just clean it up a bit, maybe paint the hub. Getting this brake lever here off can be pretty stubborn also. They like to move. Alright, so we got this all the way unscrewed. I'm just gonna get the spring off of here. Then, now we just got to remove these two screws here. We should have this rear brake system all the way off of the bike. All right, sweet. Now we got the entire rear brake system off here. We got the caliper and your foot peg, and then your master cylinder for the rear brake system. We got it pretty far. Rear tire off, all the plastics, gas tank, subframe. Now we just need to get the front tire off and the radiator, and then the engine. That's pretty much it. After we get that off, I'm gonna probably do a video cleaning up this frame all the way, and then order some parts here this weekend and definitely get into the engine build also. Probably, if not the next video, the video after that will be the engine build video. Also, I know I'm just starting this channel, but if you guys have any feedback or anything, I'm not doing this channel for myself. If I was doing it for myself, I'd just work on these bikes with no camera and not have to go through that hassle. So if you guys want to help out below in the comments, definitely let me know some feedback of what you guys want to see, and also what parts you think would look cool on this build. All right, well, we got the bike as far as we're going to get it today. I think it looks pretty good. Torn all the way down. Definitely took a few hours, but got to head up to my cabin. Can't finish it up. But if you guys like this kind of stuff, if you like dirt bikes, If you want to see the rest of the build, definitely subscribe and hit that bell so you know when the next video is.